Hey y'all, Coach in the Fight here. Yeah, I had to bring Shadow Man out here for this one. He probably gonna get me in a little bit of trouble like he normally do. But I wanted to talk to you guys. Um, it's getting serious out here, guys. I mean, where do you start? The sun is supposed to get 7 times hotter. Um, one of the viewers sent a comment and said, does that mean 700 degrees? Well, 7 times even 70 is still 500 degrees. And then, not to mention, the fire and brimstone that's coming out of the sky. Sure, they're trying to hide it and say that these, are, spontaneous combustions or people throwing stuff out of the. No, guys, look at the pictures. Um, Then, the other things that's going on in the world, all of the signs and all of this. But look at the food. They're intentionally destroying the food. I mean, if it was just the sun, just the other elements, I wouldn't be so wary. But when you start to think that there's sabotage included in that too, I had to put my wife's hat on to cover the back of my neck from the sun. So I got a hat on top of a hat. Stay put. So they're burning up the food. I don't know if you've heard. And I try not to promote too many channels because every time I promote a channel, or every time I think of, because I don't promote now, and every time I think about promoting the channel, they do something crazy like putting their face on there. You know what I mean? So that's their business though. But that guy Dabu7, he is talking about how 100, I think he said there's up to 98 of them, 100 food processing plants have caught on fire. Big major food processors, shippers, cleaners, purify, all the people that help get us the food. The big plants, the warehouses, they're being burned. Whether it's by, the fire and brimstone or it could be sabotage. Guys, to get to the point, I live here on I don't know how to even say this, guys. I prayed about it, so I'm just gonna let come out what it come out. But praise our Father in heaven, hallowed be his name. We knew this day was coming. And we tried to set up for it. Like we say, on our channel, we in a fight for humanity. We serious, guys. What I'm saying is you might consider praying about whether y'all supposed to come here or not. We set up for it. I actually thought y'all would be here by now. But nobody's here yet. We have had one person to come to visit from the YouTube world. But, it's just me and my kids, my wife now. But we got, we got a few acres. We ain't got a whole lot of land. The thing about it, the majority of our land is actually under trees. That's why I had to come out here to the street for y'all to, get to talk to Shadow Man or get to see Shadow Man. The majority of the property is under the trees, and I don't know, guys. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit disturbed by this. That they could actually be sabotaging. It makes sense that they would do that. They fully plan to, according to the Illuminati plan, not scriptural plan, but according to what we, hear about the New World Order, they kind of plan to put people in concentration camps. Well, if the people can get food on their own, what's to stop them from, what's to make them want to go to a food, concentration camp to get food? Well, No, they take the food away first, burn all of the plants down first. And then you have no way of getting food. You know, once the Walmart trucks stop running, you could turn Walmart into a concentration camp. I don't know. I might be saying too much, guys. That's part of the reason why y'all don't know what my name is, because I've been knowing this stuff coming from a long time, and I've been wanting to tell you, and I was afraid they was gonna come after me if I did. You know, that's why I'm been real cautious in this thing. Real cautious in this thing. And the scripture tells us. It tells us all of this that's going on, and it tells us, you know, that it's not all. It left me with the impression that it's not all natural. Some of this stuff is man-made. Well, a lot of it's man-made, but a lot of it's intentional. Like they doing it on purpose. Like big officials, like governments, you know, intentionally doing stuff. I ain't saying our government or nobody else's government doing nothing. You know, I don't know nothing about nothing. All I know is what the scriptures say. I'm a Bible man. I'm a Bible dude. But some of this stuff seems kind of, I don't know, got me scratching my head. All the lakes are drying up all of a sudden. The cows are dying. You know what I mean? They talking about cows dying by the thousands. Thousands of head of cows died all of a sudden in one day. Not just on one property, but several different properties, several different groups, unaffiliated with one another. All of a sudden, bunch of black cows laid out dead. Now, and then they gonna claim that it wasn't hot enough to kill them like that, and how they were all lined up in rows and all of this kind of weird stuff. People, you know, people look into stuff. Well, was that intentional? You know, did they kill these cattle on this food lot ready to be turned into hamburger? You know, was that your hamburger? Price is about to go up intentionally. That's the hardest part for me, is that it sabotage. Man, I am a warrior. You know, praise our Father and help me. He built me like that. You know, and I ain't got no problem going to war. I ain't got no problem dying in war. I ain't got no problem with that. But if I find out that the guy in my foxhole is actually is actually on the other man's team, and he actually sabotaging stuff, you're gonna take me back to the old me. Yeah, I'm serious. You'll take me, you know. And you know, that brings me to my point. You guys pray about whether, you know, y'all should come here. You know, like I said, this has been the whole plan. You're gonna be in a tent, you know what I mean? You can bring your tent with you. You know, do you think if you're going camping for a couple of years or whatever? I don't know how all this gonna work, you know. But y'all pray on it, you know, because it's serious stuff. I take this very, very serious. And I'm gonna tell you, the problem with me, guys, is I'm not as humble as I should be by now. I'm way more humble than I used to be. But you know, when people start off as bad as I was, it takes us a long time to get there. So that's why I'm saying, y'all pray, you know, before you come here, because some of you guys going to be a little bit opinionated. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you thinking that you about to come here and fix anything I'm doing, you might want to try to do that by email before you come. You know, I ain't got no problem working with you and all of this, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to be able to disconnect, close the thing down, go pray and meditate on it. And, you know, I'm not really built for, you know, a grown man standing in my face, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that with me having no way of disconnecting. You know, I may rely on the old ways of disconnecting. So come, y'all opinionated group, y'all hold off for a minute. Y'all let them other guys come. Let the people who don't know nothing, the ones that, you know, ain't experts on, you know, Bible. You can be an expert on anything else. Be glad if you was a mechanic or, you know, fisherman, or, you know, that kind of expert is great. But if you think you're a Bible expert, and you about to come here and teach me anything, like I said, you better do it by email first, or at least let some people get here that can be a buffer. Because, like, you know, if it's just me and you one-on-one, it's not gonna work out well. I mean, it may not have to result to hands being put on suddenly and all of that kind of stuff. I believe I am past that point. At least I hope I am past that point, at least. But we don't need to be arguing. We don't need to be. We need to be trying to figure out how we're going to survive. How we're going to get past this thing. And all the biblical points. Calendars and feast days and laws and whether or not we're supposed to be obeying this or whether we're supposed to be reading this book or that book and all of that. Let's handle all that through email, through the comment section or the videos. Let's make some videos on that. Let's do that like we're doing it now. But if we're trying to work out this other stuff, where we gonna get food from, where we gonna get water from, what kind of transportation are we going to have, on the other side of this thing? Are we gonna have to, be on horses? I rode a horse once in my life. I don't know nothing about horses. Say, how we gonna be getting the food out of the ground? If we trying to work on that kind of stuff, you guys pray about, y'all pray about coming here. Um, um, while I'm talking, I might as well just, run my mouth. Saddle Man ain't got no problem. He covered up. He got his sleeves on. He covered up. Out here. Everything but these hands, but I can put them in my pocket. See, this is what happened back in 2015, 2014, 2015, when I first woke up to the truth that the Father led me here. And at the time, you know, I was doing pretty well out there in the world. Not to brag on myself, the Father led me through all of that stuff. But the thing about it, when I liquidated those assets, I was so sure that things was going to pop off soon that I actually, spent and bought everything I could right quick. So that's why I got the land. That's why I got, the animals and, everything right up front. But this is what I was thinking, is that I was going to be the first stage of this rocket, right? And so I was going to blow my wad up front, knowing that all of these people was going to come and they was going to be able to, help keep pushing the thing on up until we was going to be able to, be actually fully self-sustainable by now. But the problem is that after I blew my wad, nobody showed up. The problem might have been that I was waiting on my family to come, or that I didn't know who my family was, and I was waiting for the wrong kind of people to come. Or it might have just been the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, like I said, we're here by ourselves. We own 12 acres. You have access to a lot of more acres, guys. I do a lot of hunting. Deer hunting, so I have access to I know where a lot of land at, you know what I'm saying? The laws in Alabama as far as hunting, it's as long as the people don't have a no trespassing sign up, you can go and hunt as long as you're not doing anything illegal. So as long as you got your proper paperwork. And so what I'm saying is, there's even property around me, vacant properties that are for sale, that I ain't gonna say square. Oh, and let me just say, something else came on my mind today. I'm gonna run my mouth in this one, but I got a property in West Virginia too. I paid $1 for it. That's significant, because you can still buy those properties for $1. You're not gonna get no fancy house. You might get an old raggedy house. You could get an old raggedy house for $1. You just got to go through the proper steps to do so. I would love to tell you how to do it, but I don't have to. You can go onto the government website yourself. It's SAO, something like that, State Auditor's Office. Well, just put on State Auditor's Office at West Virginia. That's the state, West Virginia. And, you can just look for delinquent properties, search for delinquent properties. And, you can read all of it, but you can actually bid on properties for $1. Don't tell nobody, I tend to run my mouth and they tend to shut it down, you know what I'm saying? So don't tell nobody, because it might go away. But yeah, you can actually get properties for $1. But what I'm saying is, I still have one. When I was doing this way back in the day, I sold most of the properties real quick. I actually put them on eBay and sold some of them. But my One of them I still have. I didn't get into all the details of how I still have it, but one of them I still have, and um, my family, they don't want to use it. I don't know what's going on. That's where I'm from, West Virginia. So that could be an option here. Something we just need to pray on all of this stuff, guys. All of this stuff that I'm talking about definitely need to be prayed for. That's the name in this game. We need to start praying, for Him to guide us. That's the one thing we're told when it comes to doing stuff, is that we always pray for Him to tell us what to do first. We don't make moves on our own. I prayed before I came out here and made this video. I promise you, I drew lots. I drew lots before I did that. You don't know what drawing lots is? I got them here in my pocket. I drew lots before I came out here to do this. Watch how this works. First, you say a prayer, and then you draw the lots, and that right there is a yes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily ask you the question. Um, let me ask you another question. All right. Well, we'll keep going, because that one, should I stop this video right now? Like I said, I'm gonna talk a little bit in this one. I drew lots before I came out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. And with a little bit of confidence, sometimes it may seem like I'm arrogant or that I'm bold. It's just, what I'm saying, I ain't making moves on my own. You know what I mean? I ain't the shot caller. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here running plays like you guys. I'm taking instructions from the book. I don't like calling audibles either. Like my man said, I don't like calling no audibles. But we got 6 more months as far as the sabbatical year is concerned, because of that whole there's no such thing as Rosh Hashanah. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but we discovered through scripture that there is no such thing as Rosh Hashanah. The year starts in the spring. It does not start in the fall. There is no such thing biblically as a year started in the fall. That's Jewish tradition that's passed down. Somebody asked me, what's wrong with tradition? Well, that's what's wrong with tradition. They made a tradition out of these um, the year starting in September. Somebody did, and now the whole world thinks that the year, including me, thought that the new year started in September. There is no such thing as a new year in September. And so what that means is that the new year starts in the spring, which means that the sabbatical year starts in the spring. The calculation still holds that it's the spring of 2023, but the difference is, instead of it falling 6 months earlier in the fall of 2022, it actually starts in the spring of 2023, and that would mean that the Jubilee year will also start in the spring of 2024. And so all that to say that we got more time. We could actually plant now and harvest now. We could even harvest all the way up until almost Passover of next year. So that's wheat, and we can learn how to get this wheat. We got so not everything is in the shade. We do have about 4 acres that's in the sun that we've used in the past for growing. We've grown. It's organic. It's been organic since we got here in 2015. Well, actually earlier than that, because he didn't plant, before we got here. So the guy that was running the property before us, he stopped planting a year or two earlier. So it's been organic since about 2014, 2015. Thing is, we don't have a tractor. We're actually working on some hand tools, but it's about 4 acres. And that's what we was talking about earlier about that horse. You know what I'm saying? We could also think about getting someone to plow. I need to get out the road here. But we can actually get some grains planted. 4 acres is a lot of food, depending on how many people we have here. But we have a little bit more capacity for lambs, and not sure how we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, guys. Um, I don't really know that much about agriculture and all of that. I don't know which tribe is good at hunting stuff down, but yeah, I'm that dude. I'll go out in the woods and hunt it. But as far as putting that seed in the ground, you know what I'm saying? I'm praying that it come up. So all that to say that, you know, we got capacity, we got a room for opportunities, but the main thing is that you guys, you're gonna have to pray before you get here. You're gonna have to pray. The Father gonna have to lead. Don't think that you're gonna want to come down here, and then it's not gonna work out. If he don't send you here, it's not gonna work out. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's not, you ain't coming to the Holiday Inn. I promise you, you're gonna want to go home. At least your kids are. As soon as they get here, well, not as soon as they're gonna have, it's just that the conveniences. You know, we can think about, you know, cutting some of these trees down and building some stuff. You know, the neighbor is trying to give me a mobile home up there. It has a hole in the roof, but you know, that could easily be fixed. My wife, she has a mobile home on her mother's property or her grandmother's property. They want her to move. Needs a whole lot more roof than just one leaky old roof. But what we're saying is that we got capacity. You know, we actually we've been preparing for this. You know, we're serious now. Praise our Father in heaven. You know, ain't joking. Um, so if he wants for, you know, y'all to come here, you know, let's discuss. Let's talk. You know what I mean? Um, First you need to pray. I'm praying every day. You know, when you say, hey coach, I want to come, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray. You know what I'm saying? And um, just for you guys that want to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? I am telling you, we're in Repton, Alabama. That's the home of the Dinosaur Adventureland. We ain't affiliated. I ain't been down there but once, and I went down there to go fishing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Kent Hovind. But it's I don't even know if he around anymore. I don't pay attention to his channel or nothing like that. It's just that. And the only reason why I mentioned Dinosaur Adventureland is two reasons. One, he has tried to turn it. Well, the first reason is that it's walking distance from my house. I could actually start walking down this road that way and get there. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a pleasant walk. I mean, I don't know how many hours it's going to take me to get there, but you know what I'm saying? It's not 10 miles. It's not 10 miles that way. So it's close by. He has a Repton address too, just like I do. And the thing is, the other reason is he's trying to turn it into a theme park. He actually has a gift shop, and you know, he takes in guests, so he's professional. He's geared up for people to come and see his dinosaurs. He's a 6-day creationalist, and so he been doing that for a long time, and so it's kind of like a park. He has people down there in RVs. He has, you know, tourists. It's a tourist attraction, is what I'm saying. It's a tourist attraction. So if you guys, you know, wanted to say what's up, you know, y'all can bring your family to Dinosaur Adventureland, and I can come down there and say hi. You know what I mean? And then if you want to come down here and see this place, you know, we can talk or whatever. But pray on it first. Pray on it first. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all don't know, y'all just don't know how hard it is to do this, guys. I like I said, I one of the main reasons that I went anonymous, I ain't gonna say the main reason. The first reason I went anonymous, because the main reason is because I do not want to be famous. I ain't trying to make a name for myself. That's why you probably don't even know what my name is. You don't even know what I look like. You know what I mean? The only reason why you know where I live is because we sell clocks, and you know we had to have a kind of a business address. That's Box 91, Repton, Alabama, 36475. 36475. So that's, you know, for the professional thing. But no. One of the reasons why I'm talking so long in this video is because I don't get to talk much. You know, I make videos. You remember I used to make videos every day. Some of y'all remember I used to make videos 5 times, 3, 4, 5 times a day when we first started off. We got 1,000 videos up, guys. 1,000 videos up, at least 1,000. That's because, at one time I was shooting off videos every day. And then I realized that I was doing it too much. And so I kind of reduced down to 2 times a day. And then I reduced down to 1 time. And that was the hardest thing in the world, to only produce 1 video a day. But it was good. The videos got better. But here since January, um, we've been in information download, books, documents, information is coming literally from everywhere. Literally from everywhere. And the thing about it, when I try to present it, like I said, I draw lots and I ask him, should I talk about this and such? And he's been telling me, no, just read. I draw lots. Should I do a class today? No. Should I read today? Yes. So I spend the whole day reading or doing something and absorbing this information that's been going on since January. So having an opportunity to get on here and run my mouth, I might be doing it too much. I better draw lots again, see if you want me to shut this one off. I'm trying to think of everything. Back on these crises, I guess. Fire and brimstone is coming out of the sky. We're in the day of the Lord. We've been there since 1884. Just long as they act like it was 24 hours. No, that's that stormy night. We got one big blast coming, but we in judgment day already. We already being judged. Um, um, the food is being burned and killed. I ain't gonna say that I know what's killing it or who's burning it or what's burning it, who or what's doing this, but it is being done. Like I said, we have been preparing for this day for a while. That I knew you guys were coming. I know, and you may not come now. I don't know. Like I said, we at the early. I'm saying pray. You may not. None of you may not even show up. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I do know that you are coming one day. Scripture says that you're coming in droves. So, I don't know how all that's gonna work. But I do know it's gonna work. We got a lot of trees here. Yeah, I'm just trying to. We don't have transportation. What we do, we got bicycles and we got our feet. Praise the Lord for that. But as far as tractors for these fields, I don't know. I personally think we need mules and oxen. I'd love to have some oxen. We got an auction house up the road. If I had some transportation, I'd go up there to Bruton, Alabama, and see if they have any what do they call them? Animals that beasts of burden, the animal they use to till fields and stuff like that. Well, guys, I can't think of nothing now. Day of Remembrance is coming up. Maybe y'all ought to think about coming on a certain holiday, holy day. Everybody show up on a particular holy day. Tabernacles is great because everybody in tents. Anyway, that's a tent time, and thing about that one, there would be people who would show up in a tent, and then they would go back home to their house. I don't know. I guess some of them, not everybody, but some of them will go back to their house, and they could leave a tent behind, for some people who didn't have a tent. I don't know, or even better, they could actually help build stuff, while we were here, and people could get settled in and get ready to ride this thing out. Because that's my thing, people try to prepare. There's no way we can prepare for what's coming. We can't store up food. I mean, you could, try to do the normal stuff that you would do. We got animals, so of course, normally in the wintertime, we try to have a little corn extra for them in the wintertime and stuff like that. So you do the normal stuff, but you know, I don't know that I can sit here and try to store up, you know, um, a whole bunch of stuff. So what I believe is that if we have, y'all don't laugh at me. It's just, I believe that if we have 10 righteous people in this area, that, you know, we would miss the brunt of what's going on. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think. But, you know, I don't know. And does that mean 10 families or does that mean 10 people? Because I got 4 already. I mean, 6 already, you know. And, you know, considering some of them grandkids, they may come back. I can get to 10 real quick, but does I count as 1 or does I count as 10? I don't know. But I'm sure if we had, you know, a bunch of families around here that was doing the feast days, um, we, I, I gonna say draw the lines. I roll the dice on that one. You know what I'm saying? You have some of his people around that particular area would survive. I would believe that that area would survive. It's not gonna, you know, go. You know, I don't think that he would allow his people. Maybe one of them by himself, but I even believe they're gonna be pulled away like Lot into some other place. But if there was a group of them there, he would either move that whole group together or he would spare that area. And like I said, this area that I live in is not just my acres that's, you know, wooded and uninhabited. Um, go Google 36475 and you'll see what kind of area I live in. All of this is green. You got very, very few buildings and cities, you know, around here. For me to get gasoline, that's 6 miles on a bicycle. I have to ride 6 miles on a bicycle to get a beer or a pack of cigarettes or a bag of sugar, or, you know, all that 6 miles from here. And then if I don't like that, then 15 miles. Next Walmart is 15 miles. So we live in that kind of place where Walmart is 15 miles away. So on the other side of this thing, what I'm saying, you know, after the planning is being rearranged, we're gonna lose all of these property lines. Ain't nobody gonna know whose property is where except me. A lot of this property gonna end up changing hands. I don't know how all that's gonna work. Whether it's supposed to go up for sale or whatever. Um, I was on there on Zillow looking for properties that was for sale, but I should have been looking for the hunting properties that were for sale in the area. Um, let's pray. Just pray. Not all of you are gonna want to come here. Some of you are just gonna want to support from a distance. Some of you gonna wait till the last minute. That's some big stuff, guys. Well, I tried to come up with something else to say, and I can't come up with nothing. So I guess I say pray for me. I'll pray for you.